Welcome back, y'all. This your boy Blissway here. Today we got The Marvel is Doomed. Okay. Well, yeah, they kind of are. They're kind of screwed. Let's check this out.
There was a time when the MCU was the MCU. Heroes being heroic. Compelling movies made by competent directors to varying degrees. It was a time before the MCU. We had a great economy. It was before the unspecified virus from the unverified location. Things were looking good until Captain Marvel.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
The season premiere of the MCU.
Why you say it like that?
Nerdrotic.com.
Sandwiched between two of the most anticipated sequels of all time. A movie that launched 1,000 YouTube channels. Remember when the Avengers was named after a test plane? Remember when we actually thought there was an interesting story behind Nick Fury losing his eye and then we found out it got scratched out by a kitty cat?
Get the f*** out my face with that shit.
Remember the Dawn? Remember Hero? Remember when they turned Marvel into Annette Bening? Remember when we thought Ronan, the Accuser, was a formidable villain and then they turned him into a bitch?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And then we're gonna cut
Brie
this
Larson's horrible press and promotional appearances.
I love that. Just go to the next one.
Remember when Brie Larson started a YouTube channel to salvage her career?
There will also be deep conversations, anti-racist rhetoric, inclusive content.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Remember following Carol Danvers on
Wait,
her
so
hero's journey when
Why do everybody hate Brie Larson? Like, what's the...
we found out she was great to begin with and only being held down by unjust men and unjust systems? Remember when Captain Marvel made $1 billion? Well, years passed. And then our titular character was demoted in her own sequel, and it was delayed 4 times. Its original release date was July 8th, 2022. Then it was moved to November 11th, 2022. Then February 17th, 2023. Then July 28th, 2023, and now it's being released in November. Quite frankly, I was disappointed every time because I am more excited for this film than any other in the MCU, and Christmas has come early for content creators because we finally got a trailer for what was supposed to be Captain Marvel 2, but now is The Marvels because Brie stands with her diversity shield. I'm sorry, her co-stars.
Who did you like working with the most for this film?
What? No,
Crazy eyes!
One of whom is Monica Rambeau, the first female Captain Marvel from the comic books, whose origin in WandaVision was walking through a barrier being positively affirmed.
Because it's my truth.
And her hero's journey was to let Wanda Maximoff go after she enslaved a town of men, women, and children and went on to murder multiple people in multiple dimensions.
You can't handle the truth!
And then there's another character, like Brie Larson's Carol Danvers, who is derived from the male Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, who in the comics has appeared in multiple canceled titles. She is also a self-insert from the character's co-creator, Marvel editor, and executive of production, Sana Amanat.
I definitely identify with Kamala. She is, she's a lot like me in a lot of ways, of course. I mean, a lot of the comic was based on sort of stories of my childhood, kind of growing up as a brown kid in Jersey.
Eventually, Miss Marvel was made into a D+ streaming show that was showered with praise from the very reliable and honest corporate critics, but unfortunately, nobody watched. And because I put this off long enough, please join me, you over 725,000 beautiful...
But you know what? I think the only time Marvel she blew up was literally when Endgame happened. After that, nobody cared. I know it's fucked up to say, but actually nobody really cared what happened to her after that movie. Just no offense to the actor. I don't know why everybody hates her. I think she's a beautiful, talented woman, but I don't see where the hate is coming from, though. Like, did she do something that offend the fans or something? Because correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, but when she got announced to play as Captain Marvel, wasn't everybody like super hyped? And then now that she's playing these movies, they're like, oh yeah, fuck this bitch. I'm like, what happened? What'd she do? What she do after that movie that pissed everybody out? I gotta go back and look and see. I don't know. Maybe I have to do some research and find out. Maybe y'all can let me know in the comments.
Maniacs out there, thank you. And the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. Let's take a look at the trailer that features 2 characters from a Disney Plus show and the most insufferable superhero character of all time, Captain Marvel. The trailer opens up with the Saber space station, which was Sword in WandaVision and also in the comics, but now it's Saber, and it's still an organization started by Monica Rambeau's mom, Maria Rambeau, and knowing the MCU, she probably built it all by herself.
Maria Rambeau is a female, very confident, very amazing former fighter pilot. Is someone who was capable of many, many things in her occupation.
Ladies can do stuff now.
And surprisingly and thankfully, the trailer to the Captain Marvel sequel doesn't open up with Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. It opens up with Monica Rambeau, who has gone by 4 separate comic book names, including Captain Marvel, can't use that one, Photon, Pulsar, and my personal favorite, Spectrum. Hey, we see something familiar from the good old days, Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury, who's wondering what Monica Rambeau is doing out in space and wondering what the hell he's doing in this film. Super girl boss astronaut scientist, because we need women in STEM, Monica Rambeau, is out to get some readings from a mysterious jump point, and she decides to touch it. And then immediately turns into a screeching Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel in space, and oh god, they're going to be doing a Freaky Friday with superheroes, aren't they?
Pass.
Miss Marvel's ejected from the anomaly in space, then somehow slows down right in front of Nick Fury, who she recognizes. How? To be fair, maybe they explained it in the Miss Marvel TV show, the 1D Plus show I decided to skip because they told me repeatedly it wasn't made for me, and I agreed and didn't watch it. And outside of critics, neither did anyone else. What happened to Monica?
I didn't watch it either. I didn't watch it either. So don't y'all judge me. I heard a lot of people in my comments was telling me don't watch that show. I didn't watch it either. Trust me, I didn't. Everybody was like, it's not for you. Trust me. They made it for... they made it for whoever they made it for, but it was not for us.
Monica Rambeau. She ends up on the moon set from Superman 2 fighting some cosplayers from the Disney Human Resources Department. Then Queen Brie finally shows up when we get some either reused footage from Miss Marvel or used footage from the Marvels to tie Miss Marvel into this dumpster fire. And it wouldn't be Disney Marvel without desecrating something. Fortunately for you, you can't hear it because I don't want to get the copyright claim. They're playing the Beastie Boys' Intergalactic, and you might think it's because of the title, but no, it's actually for this line. Well, now, don't tell me to smile. And if you didn't think they were going to double down on the garbage that was Captain Marvel, then you don't know Disney Marvel. And after a weak attempt to define Monica Rambeau's undefinable omnipotent powers, and when Miss Marvel tries to show off her powers, which were changed from the source material because, quite frankly, big fists would look as lame in a film as it did in the comics.
And you, I could totally show you.
That's when we find out that Monica Rambeau, Miss Marvel, and Captain Marvel's powers are intertwined, and every time they use them, they switch places, and oh god, it is going to be Freaky Friday with superheroes. And according to reports, they'll also be singing.
Pass? Yeah, pass. Super pass.
Miss Marvel trades places with Captain Marvel, and she ends up on the set of a Tron fan film, but we get to see fan favorite kitty cat Goose, who's actually a flirkin who gouged out Nick Fury's eye with its cute little kitty paw, which remains almost as lame as turning Marvel into Annette Bening. We get some quick cut action scenes and the girls teaming up because we know girls get it done. Then Brie Larson appropriates Pakistani culture. Oh look, a dude, and then a herd of cute little kitty cats. Isn't Disney Marvel great? And then we get to finally meet our villain, and you guessed it because you're a smart viewer. It's another gender-swapped obscure character from the comics, Dar-Ben, turned into another girl boss, holding what looks like Ronan the Accuser's hammer, so we'll just call her Woman the Accuser. If there's any men left in the MCU, they're about to get space Me Too'd. And Woman the Accuser looks to be surrounded by a bunch of cosplayers whose day job is working in the Disney HR department. We get a nice shot of Brie Larson getting sidelined in her own damn film. And the trailer ends with a girl boss fight. Maximum MCU achieved. And the girls saying they're totally not a team when you know they're totally a team. And what a couple of months it's been. Ant-Man 3 completely flopped, and what the hell do you think this movie's gonna do? A couple of Marvel heads rolled for Kevin Feige's mistakes, and Bob Iger got BTFO'd in an earnings call. And that was followed by the cringe fest that was Star Wars Celebration, where we learned Kevin Feige's Star Wars movie, according to Kathleen Kennedy, was never really a thing except when it was.
Nothing ever got developed.
Right.
We never discussed an idea. We did, as everybody knows, Kevin's a huge Star Wars fan. Mm-hmm. And, if he did come up with something, I would be all ears.
I think I can smell shite.
Was the trailer the worst one I've ever seen from the MCU? No, that belongs to She-Hulk. But if you were getting some She-Hulk Disney XD Disney Plus vibes, well, again, you're a smart viewer, because this film is written by a writer from She-Hulk and a writer from WandaVision and directed by Nia DaCosta, who has directed all of 2 feature films. It appears Disney Marvel hasn't learned from their mistakes. They're doubling down on that Disney Marvel brand humor that even the biggest of shills is growing tired of. The sets look cheap, the costumes look cheap, the effects look awful, so we all understand why Victoria Alonso was fired. And even though we're talking about Disney and Disney Marvel, I am confident there were serious conversations about putting this film straight to Disney Plus. And no, there will be no repeat of 2018, because this film is not making $1 billion. And I understand this film isn't made for me, and I could be wrong. Their target audience of 14-year-old girls might put their phones down long enough to watch a 2-hour and 20-minute movie. But I am sure there will be a repeat of 2018 as it concerns the Brie bots on Twitter screeching away and a 99% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, along with an opening weekend that will be subpar but will be called a record by the Access Media for the franchise, followed by a 67% to 72% drop by the second week. Now, maybe if they cut it down to a 7-second video and throw it on TikTok, it might work, but otherwise, The Marvels is doomed. But if I sound down on this, oh hell no, bring on November 10th, because it's all about acceleration, and I'm here for the laughs, and I can promise you, there is no one more excited for The Marvels than I am. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't...
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm like in a fury, dude. I'm like this, my head is like this, like, what the fuck is Marvel and Disney doing? To be honest, if Marvel doesn't like what Disney's doing, shouldn't they just pull out? Be like, you know what? We're gonna take us a vacation. Y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do with this shit. Cause Stan Lee is passed away. He's dead and gone. We out. Cause at this point, y'all doing some bullshit. Y'all gonna burn this to the ground. It's like driving an airplane, y'all, and the airplane is on fire, and then the radio station you in tell you gotta land for the plane to explode. You just keep flying until that bitch explode, and then it just explode. The dude is flying the plane like, nah, we're gonna keep doing it. Gotta work, and boom. That's literally what Marvel and Disney is doing. It's like they don't want to land. Once they take off, once they're in the air, they up there. They're not coming back down. They're not coming down until that shit gets either blown up or shot down. And I'm gonna guess they probably finna keep flying until it blows up. That's just my opinion. But anyways, guys, make sure y'all post comments and like and subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed my reaction to this video, please give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's check this joint on out, y'all.